You good, right?
Hey,
You good?
I'm great. I'm great. Yourself?
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Casual Talk. We're so excited to have our first female guest on the show, TeekayTheQueen, radio presenter, a mother, a musician. Wow, that's amazing. How you doing, TeekayTheQueen?
I'm doing so great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been quite a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a minute. You're always running away from me. Hey, I'm always looking all over for you.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
happy that we're here today.
Yeah, we're finally doing it, so that's what's exciting right now.
Yeah.
The radio
Yes.
lifestyle. I didn't get to congratulate you on the slot.
Yes.
Finally, how was it for you though?
It's actually going very well. I'm learning,
Yeah.
So as soon as you are a vessel of wanting to learn more and just opening yourself and just honestly just being vulnerable to say that this is what I love,
Yeah.
and I could do it at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm thoroughly enjoying this vlog. Thank you so much. And you were actually supposed to congratulate me because you were one of the people that I was like, James,
Yeah.
we're finally here. So yeah,
I thought I did, but anyways.
I'm sure you did.
My
'Cause
bad.
it's a guy. Actually, I'm sure you did. I must have.
Yeah.
You must have. Yeah.
I think you get busy and then you don't really pay attention to something.
Yeah. Busy
Yeah.
bee. Yeah.
Okay, give me your top 5 drive shows that you respect on the radio. Like we name like top names right now.
Yeah.
Kutsuti Lady, I am the MVP.
Yes.
And
yeah.
a lot of people, what do you respect in the radio industry?
Oh my goodness, because radio is something that is just so big. It's such a major platform. And
Yeah.
when you talk about Kutsote Lady, I mean, we were just laughing on Instagram. I always
saw
follow
that.
her and I always
I saw the
comment.
comments.
And she replies, and I'm like, girl, I grew up, listening to your YFM back in the 90s, early 2000s, Kabzela, when you talk about, the legends of radio in my eyes, I mean, definitely top 5, YFM, Kabzela and Dreshni, when you still had your Pabi Muloy, on YFM, as well as your Dresh and Kabzela. I just loved radio and just growing up listening, and your mind just being fascinated, this world that you can only imagine. I mean, radio is a state of mind, and you have to be able to use your imagination. And they painted, such beautiful pictures listening to Cozy FM, a Zulu girl from KZN, Lady Smith. So listening to Cozy FM, because, growing up, my mom, would listen to a lot of, your Dudu Koza, Lady D, your Linda Sibia, drive time was like, oh my God, drive time. Listening to Linda Sibia doing his thing, that beautiful magical voice, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm such a young girl, in Phosphorus. Am I even gonna be able to attain this? Because this is what I love, But looking at my circumstances, it's not reachable, But then, of course, 5FM, when you talk about Tando Tabete, 5FM, 5FM caters for a different niche, and it's mostly white people, But, I definitely relate. Your Roger Good, I love, just a versatile, nature. Of course, I listen to Radio Panache. Top 5. I listen to Radio Panache. I listen to myself, as I drive, our listeners, and it's absolutely amazing times to be in, especially when online is just taking over. Everything is online, it's podcasts. I mean, I'm with James, it's just a smash. But those are the really, the radio stations growing up in South Africa, and of course your Voice of America, American radio stations, beautiful feedback, and just the knowing, and just opening your mind to different types of, people and different types, of regions in the world. So absolutely radio.
Well, I feel like sometimes, do you feel like it's weird to listen to yourself?
I listen to myself and I'm like, TK, what are you saying? Like this girl. Sometimes I'm like, what? Then when I listen to myself, because as I host the weekend drive from 12 till 3, and I record myself. So while it's live, of course I'm live, but I record myself. Like, I want to hear this. Because I'm always working on my craft. I want to be better than I was last week,
Pay attention to
Exactly.
detail.
Attention to detail, sharpening my craft, and yeah, I do listen to myself and I'm like, wow, that's a nice voice. But sometimes it's boring, like hearing yourself or listening to yourself. But I know that I'm always fine. I know sometimes because I'm very critical of myself. I judge myself because I'm always working on myself. So sometimes I'm like, but TK, was it necessary for you to say that, So as I'm growing as well, I am learning to talk slow and listen more. Because sometimes people talk just to reply, you understand? And you didn't understand. And it's a killer, if you're doing radio, you have to listen more and reply with understanding and take your time and, and be a queen, basically. Yay.
Do you feel like we understand contracts? We often like, okay, we have the opportunity right now, right?
Yeah.
We just wanna. It's cool. We get the bag. We have the money right now. Do you feel like we understand as Black community contracts and all that?
Oh. And that one is very crucial, and a lot of us are not reading through the contracts, especially if you don't take time. I mean, you can hire someone to read out a contract for you. I mean, you have to be in a situation whereby your talents are making money for you. Do you understand? Because this is your time, and we spend a lot of time perfecting our talents, so it's very important for you academically, for you to be able to study a contract to say that, okay, what is 80% or what is 25% of 100%? Are you able to calculate those numbers? The fine print to say that you are, legally bonded, all that information. I feel like a lot of us are not paying attention to the contracts, and this is why it's easy to exploit and for you to be taken advantage of, because the industry is very concrete. It's a jungle, and you've got those predators that are preying on people like TeekayTheQueen, who is just doing it for the love. Oh my God, I want to be famous, and then I'm not reading everything. 10 years, 5 years, 3 years down the line, I'm a starving artist. Like, TK, how come you're still using a taxi? You understand? How come? All the royalties, all the monies. So I feel like it's very crucial, and I love that question. Read your contract. If you don't know, hire someone. The rates are quite affordable, just for them to see that does this have your best interests at heart, or are you being exploited? It's painful to be exploited because you're going to be jumping up and down, TKTheQueen, oh my God. At the end of the day, TKTheQueen, but what can you show? What assets, what investments, what profits? Do you understand? So it's very crucial in 2022, 2023 for you just to know, be about the paper, be about all the papers, the money and the paper. Read the attention to detail. All the papers.
All the papers.
Yeah.
Get an understanding,
Absolutely.
Yeah. We spoke about the big names on the radio. Do you feel like some radio presenters are just overrated and necessary?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Some radio presenters like, hey, because you listen to this person.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is the girl, I'm doing the girl. But you're listening like, what content is this? You're listening to the radio. We're all going through life, and you turn on the radio. You just want to relax. You just want a friend that's going to hug you, that's just going to make you feel good, you understand? And this so-called radio presenter, because they're so and so. Oh, this is the girl. I don't know.
We don't have to name names.
I'm not gonna name names. I'm not that girl. But then I can. I'm from Vosloorus. I feel like, not that I fear no one, but I can name names. These are my peers, and my peers don't intimidate me. So of course, on that point, overratedness. You're not giving us content, you know. Playing music, fine, we love the music, but when it's time for you to really engage with us, get
That's
us,
really
like,
a lot of
you know,
meaningful- a lot of people
that's where you
make
lose us, because now like, all right, I'm the girl, I don't know, girl.
Okay, fine.
You're not making sense. You did not do your research. You know, we have to be listening. As young people, I believe that we need to use radio as a medium of imagination. You understand?
Yeah.
It can never always be about fashion, cars, sports,
Music.
gossip, whatever music. Why can't we have platforms where we are enriching one another to say that, you know what, my brother, what business you have, you know what I mean? Let's not always be all about the groove. We groove, I groove, yeah,
And that's
dancing, and you know
that's
what I
the
mean?
big topic right now.
Let's
You know?
empower ourselves. You know, if we honestly took time empowering ourselves the way we empower our concerts. Oh my God, so and so is headlining, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Just taking care of a black child. I think we would honestly go a long way.
Yeah,
A long way.
I really like the point that you made there. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like us as people, we often really don't want to be told what to do,
Yeah.
how to keep my influence, that be humble.
Yeah.
Do you feel like what makes you so humble sometimes? When you
Yeah.
for the fact that you have the opportunity.
Wow. I love that question, because I'll tell you what makes me humble right now
Yeah.
is the money. Like I'm just waiting for the money. As soon as this billions, because I'm just so billion minded, you know what I mean? As soon as I feel that now I'm that billionaire, that's when I feel that, I'll just lose it. But for now, I'm humble, because it's still the struggle. I'm pushing.
Yeah.
So if you're still pushing for life, you
Yeah.
honestly need to be humble, learn as much as you can, and just keep aiming, for better
Opportunity.
for better opportunities, for better, feedback. Just work on yourself. But my spirituality humbles me as well, At the end of the day, when I go to sleep under the stars and I realize that there is actually the whole universe inside me, I could be anything that I want to be. I could dream as big as I want to dream. I could honestly shape my life to whatever that I want to, So that humbles me to say that, you know what, I still get to wake up and live my life, inspire where I can, make mistakes and fail big. I think just failing big humbles me as well. Because the queen, I've been failing and I'm still failing, and I fail big and I fail fighting.
Get up.
I get up, I dress myself, put on that lash, and just keep moving, because that's the idea.
Yeah.
So just the love of people, just being humble and just being beautiful. And I feel like when you're humble, you're also beautiful. There's just a beauty about you, Yeah, and it's not at face value, but it's just a feeling that people get when you're humble and,
Yeah.
not that take advantage, of course,
Yeah, sure.
but you're just so humble because you know your worth. Yeah.
What makes TK so special right now? You got the slot, you know that about you, right?
Yeah.
What makes you special in the radio industry?
I am myself. I am myself. I am not trying to be someone else. I sound a certain way, at
get
this
that a
time
lot?
and age. Yeah, I get that a lot, like a lot of comparisons. And at first, it used to irritate me. But then as time went by, I understood that is the greatness that people are putting, the names that they would compare me to. Like, oh my God, that girl, really? Because I look up to that girl, I can't even, you know what I mean? But just, I'm special because I speak for myself, I represent myself. And I want to help as many people as I can. I want to inspire as much as I can. Being that little girl, that 5-year-old girl that loved singing, that loved imitating people. And I wish I had someone to tell me that it's possible, actually, I believe in you. Keep on smiling, keep on dreaming. Your dreams are valid. Encourage and instill that thing to say that you can actually be anything that you want to do. So if I can do it, maybe even if it's by mistake, someone is watching somewhere and they see me talking, they're like, but that girl is so bold, and
that
she's,
thing.
you know, and she's telling us to live our dreams, and
Yeah.
she's telling us, you know, that our dreams are valid, and anything starts within the mind, and of course, discipline. So if you come as yourself, it comes across.
Yeah,
People can tell when you're trying to imitate, which is a biggest disservice that you can do to yourself, try to imitate someone. So rather be yourself, work on yourself, you know, and just knit this amazing tapestry, you know, and be the best, because there's only one of you, you know.
Nobody
there's
can
only
be
one of TK the Queen.
Yes,
Yes.
I feel like sometimes we like to say to everything that comes to our face and say yes to contracts, yes, opportunity, yes. What do you feel like? Why do you feel like we get so desperate sometimes?
Yeah.
To say yes to everything. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
There's a point in time, especially when you keep on chasing your dreams. There's a point in time, you know, because life happens every day. Life is actually short, but life is long too, you know.
Why do you say that though?
I mean, I'm just getting to the point, what you're saying, to say that why do we then say yes?
Yeah.
So I'm coming with it, like painting that picture to say that life is short, but life is long as well. So when you get to do something each and every day, and you're not getting to the point whereby you actually want to get to, and then you start, because now you are doing it for the love, but now you're doing it for the money and for the fame, and I want to be better than that one, because now you're comparing, right? So now you are willing to sacrifice just to get there. You end up signing that contract that says that we're gonna need you 7 days a week,
But your value system
9
doesn't
to.
say.
Do you understand? You have now downgraded because you are desperate. Do you understand why? Because I'm comparing myself to James. I saw James hit 1 million views. I also want to hit 1 million views. You know what? You are now acting out of desperation. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you end up putting your life like in a very detrimental space, and it takes time for you to, you know, come back from it. But educate yourself, you know. Yeah.
I feel like I personally feel like we need to talk about what's happening right now in schools right now.
Yeah.
It's been like suicide after suicide after suicide.
Oh man.
What do you feel like this generation is lacking? You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes we pray to God and say, God, I want an opportunity, I want this and that.
Yeah.
But we want it now. I feel like we're so not patient enough to wait.
Yeah.
You know. That's why I feel like there's so much suicide happening right now. What's your take on that?
Oof. That one really hits home, you know, especially when you are also in a community of Black individuals, and this is your neighbor that has just taken their lives, and you're like, what? They've just hung themselves, and now, you know what I mean? Suicide is something, honestly, that deals and affects the mind. We are in a generation whereby, I mean, it's just fake happy smiles, you know. We are being sold into lifestyles that are so expensive, depressing, you know. The media, unfortunately, media is thriving in 2022, you know what I mean? So people now based their lives on what they see out there on social media. So now I am gonna value my life on the number of likes that I have on social media. So if I maybe post a picture now, and after maybe 5 hours I still have 1 like, I delete it. Why? Because I feel so insecure. We are a generation of insecure individuals. We do not believe in ourselves. We are living in society and systems that continue to downgrade Black young individuals, you know what I mean? And we continue to be a nation that honestly dies with our talents, you know what I mean? When you're finally dying and, oh my God, I wanted to be that businessman, I wanted to open a school, and you realize that, oh my God, I thought I had time. Life is short, but life is also so, you know, long, you know, but the long and short of it, you know. So you thought you had enough time, unfortunately, you know. So mental awareness, guys, we honestly need to stand together as young Black people, because, you know, united we honestly can stand, you know. I watch National Geographics. I mean, I love, those are things that I love to watch as well. You just see a community of ants, and they're just working hand in hand, and it's just tiny little things, you know. I don't even think that ants can see. Do they have eyes?
But they can come together.
And they come together and they build their beautiful houses and they collect the food. Each ant knows what it's supposed to do. So if we can look into nature and realize that, you know, divided we are gonna fall. Divided we fall, but united we're always gonna stand. And if you want to show yourself, the greatest love of all is to love yourself. Your mother is not gonna love you more than you love yourself. Your peers, do you understand? Your colleagues. I mean, we live in a society, you know, of multiple things. But if you love yourself and you're sure about yourself, you can honestly move mountains. It starts within. No one is coming from the clouds with blue eyes and long hair and doves, da 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 da. No, you have to save yourself, you know. And the sooner you do that, the sooner you empower yourself, and that's when the universe just opens up. Just opens up.
Amazing. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I feel like I needed it, you know.
Oh, thanks.
I feel like sometimes we get into things before we heal, you know.
Yeah.
Like we just want to reach out, we just want to grab whatever relationship, we just like grab.
Oof.
But inside our hearts, we're so broken.
Yes.
That thing hasn't healed yet, you know.
Yeah.
And what do you feel about that?
That is, you know, one of the most truthful things, and it hurts, you know. And as long as you don't realize your worth, you're gonna keep on experiencing the very same lesson, and every time it's gonna be much more than the previous, you know what I mean? If you don't take time to heal yourself as an individual, you heal yourself before jumping somewhere and doing things, you know what I mean? You're always gonna go back to that feeling of feeling alone, not deserved, not loved, not good enough, you know. Why? Because you're not taking time to fill your soul up or your spirit up, but instead you're giving. At the end of the day, you are depleted, there's nothing, you feel depressed, you feel underappreciated, you are underused, you are abused, and you're frustrated. And life just becomes a gloomy life, and it's a long life, you know. So damn, I would say that just love yourself. Just love yourself. Yeah.
Hey man, it's so important to actually, you know, take a picture of yourself right now and say, you know what, I gotta have that love. I feel like we expect so much from people to give us the love, and then we don't realize that, okay, if those people are not around, what are you gonna do? And you're gonna get frustrated, you say, you know, you don't get those things, you know. But it is important. I highly appreciate what you said, you know. We're listening to TeekayTheQueen on the radio. Let's go back to the question there, you know. You as a mother, you know.
Yes.
How is it for you in this modern generation, I guess? How is it for you as a mother, you know, as a radio presenter, you know, how is it for you though?
Wow. I love being a mother. I do it many times. You know, I got my daughter at the age of 24 years old. I was still very young and confused. You know, I had a very strict father who I thought, this man is going to kill me. You know, because obviously now this is evidence that I am sexually active. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
When you become pregnant as a woman, this is the evidence of the things that you're doing, you know. I felt that I'm going to die. I was not ready. And I had made up my mind that, you know what, I'm actually going to abort this because I'm just not ready. In my mind, hypothetically, and I would lie to myself. And it's amazing as women how we lie to ourselves to say, you know what, I'll just get rid of it and it's over and you know, not realizing that that could have been your first and last seed, you know what I mean. But looking back, I mean, my daughter is 8 years old now. I love her to bits and pieces, and she knows that, and I want the best for her. Being a mother has changed me. Being a mother has molded me, it shaped me, you know. Some of the decisions that I want to take, I think of my daughter to say that, but I'm raising a daughter. What if this is my daughter? How would I feel as a mother, you know? And that's when you calculate situations to say that, you know what, I'm not going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why? Because I'm raising a daughter, and I feel that I need to make sure that I'm giving her all the, you know, opportunities that I never got growing up, you know. So being a mother, honestly speaking, you know, with your first child, it's very humbling. The child will always be more on the woman. If you are sexually active, I'm sexually active with a man, and the man impregnates me, automatically the child is mine, you know. With the labor and delivering, automatically the child is yours, you know. So some people shy away from the responsibility, and hence they would abort. But if there's like any abortion awareness, excuse me, I would like to say don't abort, because you'll never know, you know. Rather practice safe sex, rather abstain completely from sex, other than aborting. There's women in our society that are just so used to, you know, that system, and it's not a very normal thing, you know. So I would say to single mothers or just up and coming mothers, it's worth it. It's beautiful. 9 years down the line, I'm very grateful. And my daughter is my best friend. Even though now at 33, I really feel like I'm ready for my twins. Like I want to have twins, because this child, she takes advantage. You know, when you're the only child at home, so she takes advantage, all my attention, all my love. So now she needs competition. Somebody gotta be like, Mama. So by God's grace, everything, you know, everything in time, by God's grace. Yeah.
Let's go back to the radio industry, you know.
Yes.
Nowadays, I feel like yesterday I was actually listening to radio.
Yeah.
And this girl, the guest, was like speaking all the inappropriate words that she was supposed to not to say on the radio. You know.
Wow.
So
like
now,
swearing.
Yeah, like
swearing, offensive words.
Like offensive words, like your B words, you know that, your F words. And I can't mention the radio.
Yeah.
It's my favorite radio, so I can't mention it. You know?
Hey.
So when we talk about the BCCSA, you know, how do you understand, you know, that since you work in the radio industry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are regulations, you know, rules and regulations that have been put to protect our people, you know. Each and every establishment or any organization, they have a set of rules and regulation. So the BCCSA, of course, is a platform whereby the listener has to be protected, you know. And this is the reason why you get fines, that to say that if you're not complying to ABC, especially when it comes to protecting innocent individuals that really don't have any business, you know, hearing that B word or that F word or whatever word that is offensive, you know. So I am very disappointed, you know, to hear that. I mean, daytime shows, you find kids that are coming from school, obviously a child is listening, they shouldn't be hearing such words. And these are our role models. These are people that we look up to, you know. We take anything and everything that they say, but now if they're using that platform to now paint a certain image, you know, vulgar, violence, you know, I don't think it's fair. And this is when I feel that the BCCSA should be more stricter. You know what I mean? Because this, especially with the BCCSA, I think this is for national radios in South Africa, you know. So for the citizens, we need citizens, excuse me, that are educated, you know, citizens that can tell the weather, they can tell the currency, you know, just to better and uplift our people. Because if you listen to most of the radio stations in South Africa, these are radio stations that are catering for the majority, which is our black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So media has to be in a position whereby we are always empowering, supporting, encouraging, building, sowing seeds and so forth.
Right.
So I definitely believe, in the rules and regulations that they honestly should be followed at all costs.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. TK the Queen. Just to close our conversation,
Yes.
People that actually want to get into the radio industry,
Yeah.
what can they expect?
Woo! You know what? Radio is, and I was just talking to my friend,
Yeah.
and my friend was like, "You don't have the face for radio," or something like that. Radio is a completely different thing, First of all, growing up, myself, you would hear someone sounding so good on radio, like, "Oh my God, this is that." And when you see them live, like, no, they're like,
This is not what I expected.
So it's always been that. So what people can expect is a beautiful, space, especially for creatives, especially if you want to learn, It's very fast paced. With radio, research is very crucial because it's live, and if it's 13:30, you understand, it's 13:30 and we're moving, we don't have time to say, okay, let's go back to 13:25. No, everything is moving. Everything is moving.
Yeah.
So as you make your mistakes, as you learn, as you grow, just realize that you get to share this passion with people around the world, and it just goes to show that really we are one, we are one human race, and we actually have a lot in common, than we think, and we actually need to stand together as a human race and just live our, most heightened experience, just live life in our highest form of ourselves, our highest version of ourselves. And it's just so beautiful, and it's fulfilling, and it's peaceful. And this is what TK the Queen's, TK the Queen lives for. This is what I aspire, just making sure that you are just empowering yourself, learn more. But radio is fun, especially if you are a creative, like I said. I used to, growing up at the age of 5, I was already doing plays. Like, I felt like someone is chasing me in the house. Like this child, you know what I mean? Imagination, charisma, So we are honestly born with our gifts. But radio
Our
is
dreams
fun.
are valid.
Our dreams are valid. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our dreams are valid.
Where can people catch you on social media?
Oh, yeah.
Girl. Follow the girl.
Follow the girl. Follow the girl. You can get me at TK the Queen. This is both my Facebook and Instagram, TK the Queen. Instagram, TK_the Queen. YouTube, of course, TK the Queen. I'm also on TK Radio Fans, so I'm just putting my work out there and just enjoying as I grow. So it's a beautiful journey.
Hey man,
Beautiful
I appreciate you for coming. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and follow the girl,
Subscriber.
See you on the next episode. Thank you.
Mwah, 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 mwah.